Hello, champ. Congratulations on clearing the NOS Level 1 exam. Welcome to India's most awaited and award-winning Olympiad finale, the NOF Champions League. We've prepared 4 sample papers, 40 questions each, with 3 video solutions to help you perform your best. Watch carefully, take notes, practice, and excel. Here is your science sample paper with solutions.
Hello students, welcome back. In this video, we are going to solve sample paper 4 of NOF Science Champions League class 8. I'll explain 40 questions one by one, step by step, and let's begin with the question number 1. Question number 1. The wheat crop in a field is affected by fungal infection. What is the most sustainable way to manage this? 1. Burn the infected crops. 2. Use fungicides sparingly. 3. Rotate crops in the next season. Option A says 1 and 2, B says 2 and 3, C says 1 and 3, and D says all of these. So here the focus is on sustainable crop management. Instead of extreme steps like burning crops, it's better to control disease carefully. So using fungicides sparingly or rotating crops help break the disease cycle. That's why option B, which says 2 and 3, is the correct answer. Our next question is question number 2. A farmer plows the field before planting the next crop. What is the primary purpose of ploughing in crop production? A. Harvesting crops. B. Spraying pesticides. C. Removing weeds. D. Loosening and turning soil. The correct answer is option D, because ploughing mainly helps in loosening and turning the soil. When soil is loose, roots grow easily and air reaches the microorganisms. So this improves soil fertility. So correct option is option D. Our next question is question number 3. Which group contains only tools used for soil preparation? A. Plough, hoe, cultivator. B. Sickle, plough, sprayer. C. Hoe, harvester X. And D. Seed drill, harvester and cultivator. The correct answer is option A, because plough, hoe and cultivator are all used before sowing, and they help prepare the soil by loosening and removing weeds, and other tools like sickle or harvester are used later. Hence option A is the correct option. Our next question is question number 4. Match the following microorganisms with their roles. Rhizobium, Lactobacillus, Penicillium and Plasmodium. Causes malaria, produce antibiotics, fixes nitrogen and converts milk to curd. So Rhizobium fixes nitrogen, so this is the first one. Lactobacillus converts milk into curd, so this is second. And Penicillium produces antibiotics, so this is third. And Plasmodium causes malaria, so this is fourth. So when we match each correctly, option number B, 1 to C, 2 to D, 3B and 4A fits correctly, and it is a correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 5. A baker uses yeast to make bread. Why does the dough rise? A. Yeast produces oxygen gas. B. Yeast digests starch into sugar. C. Yeast produces carbon dioxide during respiration. And D. Yeast absorbs moisture from the dough. The correct answer is option C, because yeast respires and releases carbon dioxide gas, and this gas gets trapped in the dough, making it expand and rise. That is why bread becomes soft and fluffy. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 6. Which of the following fermented food is produced with the help of lactobacillus? A. Soy sauce. B. Bread. C. Wine. And D. Curd. The correct answer is curd, because curd is produced with the help of lactobacillus bacteria. This bacteria converts lactose into lactic acid, and this process thickens the milk and forms the curd. Our next question is question number 7. Why is coal considered an important resource for industries? A. It is important to produce electricity and as a raw material in industries. B. It is the cleanest source of energy. C. It can be produced artificially. D. It generates renewable energy. The correct answer is A, because coal is widely used in power plants and industries, and it also helps in electricity generation and manufacturing processes. That's why it is still considered an important industrial resource. That's why our correct answer is option number A. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 8. Why is it crucial for industries to shift from coal to renewable energy? A. Renewable sources are cheaper than coal. B. Renewable sources are easier to transport. C. Renewable sources increase coal reserves. D. Renewable sources are abundant and reduce environmental pollutants. The correct answer is option D, because renewable energy sources are naturally replenished. Again, the correct answer is, we'll go again. Question number 8. Why is it crucial for industries to shift from coal to renewable energy? A. Renewable sources are cheaper than coal. B. Renewable sources are easier to transport. C. Renewable sources increase coal reserves. D. Renewable sources are abundant and reduce environmental pollution. The correct answer is option D, because renewable energy sources are naturally replenished and cause less pollution, and shifting away from coal reduces environmental damage. Hence option D is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 9. A semi-fluid is derived from petroleum. It is a valuable resource for road surfacing. Identify the substance. A. Kerosene. B. Bitumen. C. Plastic. D. Paraffin wax. The correct answer is option B. So, bitumen is a semi-fluid product obtained from petroleum and it is commonly used for road surfacing. So, the correct answer here is bitumen. The next question is question number 10. Empty plastic bottles are often recycled to create new products. Which property of plastics makes them suitable for recycling? A. Easy to melt and reshape. B. Resistance to water. C. Non-conductivity. And D. Hardness. The correct answer is easy to melt and reshape, because plastic can be melted and reshaped easily. So this property allows them to be recycled into new products. Hence option A is the correct answer. The next question is question number 11. Aircraft manufacturers often choose aluminium as the primary material for constructing aircraft bodies. Why is this the case? A. Aluminium is the strongest metal available. B. Aluminium can withstand corrosion. C. Aluminium is lightweight and resistant to corrosion. D. Aluminium is easily recyclable and environmentally friendly. The correct answer is option C, because aluminium is light in weight and does not rust easily. So these properties make it ideal for aircraft construction. So option C is the right choice. Our next question is question number 12. Identify the type of cell. So this is the cell. A. Bacterial cell. B. Fungal cell. C. Animal cell. And D. Plant cell. So the given diagram shows features like cell wall and chloroplast. So these are found only in plant cells. Hence it is a plant cell. Our next question is question number 13. Assertion. Lysosomes are called the suicidal bags of the cell. Reason. Lysosomes contain growth enzymes that help in generating new cells. A. Both assertion and reason are true and the reason explains the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but the reason does not explain the assertion. C. The assertion is true but the reason is false. D. Both assertion and reason are false. So lysosomes contain digestive enzymes that can break down cell parts, and the reason statement is incorrect because they don't help in growth. So assertion is true but the reason is false. So our correct answer is option C. Our next question is question number 14. Categorize the following animals based on their mode of reproduction: frog, dog, fish and human. External fertilization, internal fertilization, external fertilization and internal fertilization. So here frog and fish show external fertilization while dog and human show internal fertilization. So when we arrange them correctly, 1 to A, 2 to B, 3 to A, 4 to B, the correct answer is option C. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 15. Why are external fertilization methods more common in aquatic animals than land animals? A. Water provides a medium for sperm to reach eggs. B. Eggs are lighter underwater. C. Water increases the chances of fertilization. And D. Water prevents predators from eating eggs. The correct answer is option A. So in water, sperms can easily swim to reach the eggs, and this makes external fertilization suitable for aquatic animals. Hence option A is the correct answer. Our next question is question number 16. Which of the following is a group of asexual reproduction methods? A. Binary fission, budding and pollination. B. Budding, fragmentation and regeneration. C. Fragmentation, fertilization and pollination. D. Regeneration, gamete formation and binary fission. The correct answer is option B. So budding, fragmentation and regeneration all are asexual methods and they involve only one parent. Therefore option B is the correct option. Our next question is question number 17. Assertion: a ball thrown upwards slow down before falling. Reason: gravity acts against the ball's motion. A. Both assertion and reason are true and the reason explains the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but the reason does not explain the assertion. C. The assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. Both the assertion and reason are false. So here when the ball is thrown upward, gravity pulls it downward and this opposite force slows the ball before it falls back. So both the statements are true and related. So the correct answer is option A. Our next question is question number 18. Categorize the following based on types of friction. A book sliding on a table, a ball rolling on the ground, a stationary box on an inclined plane. So here a sliding book shows sliding friction and a rolling ball shows rolling friction and a stationary box experiences static friction. So option A, sliding friction, rolling friction and static friction is the correct answer. Our next question is question number 19. What kind of force is acting on a stretched rubber band? A. Gravitational force, B. Magnetic force, C. Elastic force and D. Frictional force. The correct answer is elastic force because a stretched rubber band tries to return to its original shape. This restoring force is called elastic force. Hence option C is the correct option. Our next question is question number 20. Assertion: a convex mirror can produce a real image. Reason: a convex mirror converges light rays to a point. A. Both assertion and reason are true and the reason explains the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but the reason does not explain the assertion. C. Assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. Both assertion and reason are false. So here a convex mirror always forms a virtual images and diverges light. So both assertion and reason are false. Therefore option D, both assertion and reason are false is the correct answer. Our next question is question number 21. Street lights often use concave mirrors to focus light beams downward. What is the purpose of using concave mirrors in street lights? A. To scatter light in all directions. B. To focus light into a specific direction. C. To magnify the size of light source. And D. To reflect light back to the bulb. The correct answer is option D, because concave mirrors focus light into a particular direction and this helps illuminate roads efficiently. So that's why they are used in street lights. Our next question is question 22. Select the mismatch between the term and its property. A. Plane mirror to virtual image. B. Concave mirror, diverging rays. C. Convex lens, converging rays. And D. Concave lens, diverging rays. So here the correct answer is clearly option B, because concave mirrors converge light, not diverge it. So this pair is mismatched. Hence option B is the correct option. Our next question is question number 23. Match the following sound related terms with their definitions. Frequency, the speed at which sound travels through a medium. Amplitude and pitch, the number of vibrations per second, the maximum displacement of particles from their rest. So here frequency is vibrations per seconds and amplitude is maximum displacement and pitch depends on frequency. So 1B, 2 to C and 3 to D. So the correct answer is option A. We have to record this again. Here's a misplace. I'll send you this. Let's move on to the next question. That is question number 24. A person walking on the sand wearing snowshoe does not sink in the sand. Why does the person sink less into the sand compared to wearing regular shoes? A. Sand is harder when snowshoes are worn. B. Snowshoes decrease the weight of the person. C. Snowshoes reduce the pressure by increasing the surface area. D. Snowshoes absorb the weight of the person. The correct answer is option C. So snowshoes increase surface area, which reduces pressure. So less pressure means the person sinks less. So option C is the correct option. Our next question is question number 25th. A person standing in front of a large rock hears the sound of their voice reflected back to them after a few seconds. What is the cause of this? A. Reverberation. B. Absorption. C. Reflection. And D. Echo. The correct answer is option D. So when sound reflects from a distant surface and is heard again, it is called an echo. Hence option D is the correct answer. Our next question is question 26th. Choose the correct pair related to water purification methods. A. Filtration adds minerals. B. Distillation kills bacteria. C. Reverse osmosis removes dissolved salts. And D. Chlorination removes sediments. The correct answer is reverse osmosis, because reverse osmosis removes dissolved salts from water. That is why it is used for purification. So option C is the correct option. Question number 27. A coastal town notices that many fish have died in the nearby sea. On investigation, it is found that a nearby factory releases untreated effluents. What could be the best course of action to reduce further harm? A. Move the factory to another location. B. Enforce strict regulations to treat waste before discharge. C. Release chemicals to clean the sea. And D. None of the above. The correct answer here is option B, because treating industrial waste before discharge prevents water pollution, and enforcing strict regulation rules is the best solution. So our correct answer is option B. Question number 28. Categorize the following as natural or man-made sources of air pollution: volcanic eruptions, burning fossil fuels, forest fires, and industrial emission. So here volcanic eruption and forest fires are natural, while fossil fuels and industries are man-made source. So option A, which says 1 and 3 are natural and 2 and 4 are man-made, is the correct option. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 29. Why is it important to use distilled water for electrolysis? A. Distilled water is easier to obtain. B. Distilled water is cheaper than tap water. C. Distilled water contains impurities that can interfere with the process. D. Distilled water is better conductor of electricity. The correct answer is option C, because distilled water avoids unwanted impurities that may interfere with electrolysis. That's why it is preferred. So option C is the correct option. Our next question is question 30. What are the products formed during the electrolysis of water? A. Chlorine and hydrogen. B. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. C. Hydrogen and carbon dioxide. And D. Hydrogen and oxygen. The correct answer is option D. So electrolysis of water produces hydrogen and oxygen gases. Hence option D is the correct option. Our next question is question 31. Which of the following is a practical application of electrolysis? A. Electroplating jewelry. B. Producing chlorine gas. C. Refining metals. And D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. So electrolysis is used in electroplating, gas production, and metal refining. So all options are correct here. Our next question is question number 32. Assertion: earthquakes cannot be predicted accurately. Reason: they are caused by sudden movements of tectonic plates. A. Both assertion and reason are true, and the reason explains the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true, but the reason does not explain the assertion. C. Assertion is true, but the reason is false. D. Both assertion and reason are false. Here, earthquakes happen suddenly due to plate movements, and this makes prediction very difficult. So both the statements are true and are linked. So reason explains the assertion and reason are true. So option A is the correct option. The next question is question number 33. Categorize the following as natural or human induced phenomena. 1. Earthquake. 2nd. Flood due to deforestation. 3rd. Tsunami. And 4th. Global warming. So here earthquake and tsunami are natural. So earthquake is natural and tsunami is natural. But flood due to deforestation is human induced and global warming is also human induced. So here option C, which says natural are 1 and 3 and human induced are 2 and 4, is the correct option. Question number 34. Identify the correct analogy. Lightning to clouds and earthquake to dash. A. Rain. B. Seismograph. C. Tectonic plates. And D. Volcano. The correct answer is tectonic plates. So lightning occurs in clouds and earthquakes occur due to tectonic plates. Hence the correct analogy is option C. The next question is question number 35. Categorize the following as terrestrial or gas giant planets: Earth, Jupiter, Mars and Saturn. So here Earth and Mars are terrestrial planets. So Earth and Mars are terrestrial planets, and Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants. So Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants. So gas giants are Saturn and Jupiter. It is in option D. So option D is the correct option. Our next question is question 36. Which of the following statements about the moon are correct? A. The moon has its own atmosphere. B. The moon is tidally locked to the earth. C. The moon is not the only natural satellite of the earth. D. The moon orbits the sun. The correct answer is option B, because the moon is tidally locked, meaning the same side always faces earth. Hence option B is the correct answer. Our next question is question 37. Which of the following does not belong to the group? A. World Wildlife Fund WWF. B. International Union for Conservation of Nature. C. Greenpeace. And D. Microsoft. Clearly the correct answer is option D, because WWF, IUCN and Greenpeace work for conservation. Microsoft does not. So option D is the odd one out. Our next question is question number 38. Which of the following statements about climate change are correct? Climate change is caused solely by human activities. Climate change can lead to more extreme weather events. Climate change affects all parts of the world equally. And D. Reducing. I'll send you this again. The next question is question 39. A person is standing near an open window on a hot day and feels a cool breeze. What could be inferred about the air? A. The cool air is being blown by a colder region outside. B. The cool air is being sucked into a room by the fan. C. The warm air inside the room is being replaced by a cooler air from outside. D. The cool air is trapped inside due to low air pressure. The correct answer is option C. So warm air rises and escapes, allowing cooler air to replace it. So this causes the breeze. So option C is the correct option. Question number 40. An iron nail is placed in copper sulfate solution and a reaction occurs. What can you infer from this reaction? A. Iron displaces copper from the solution, forming iron sulfate. B. Copper displaces iron from the solution, forming copper sulfate. C. Iron dissolves in the solution without any chemical change. And D. No reaction takes place because iron and copper are inert. Here the correct answer is option A, because iron is more reactive than copper. So it displaces copper from copper sulfate and this forms iron sulfate. Hence option A is the correct option. So students, that brings us to end of sample paper 4. If you understood these explanations, keep practicing regularly and revising regularly. And all the best for your exams, and see you in the next session.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more useful content.